Alright, so I'm going to be reviewing the ThieAudio Monarch MKIII. I was probably thinking about not reviewing it, but decided why not, might be a little bit fun. So I'm using the same method Harman used in their IEM listing tests by EQing the min-drop variations to the ThieAudio Monarch MKIII based on 711 coupler measurements. So let's get into some listening, shall we? Okay, I was just listening to my top-of-the-line speaker setup, so I'll have a good reference going into this. Okay, let's go. Barbie Girl. Okay, to start off, it's too bright for sure, no doubt. It's really bright, honestly. The vocals are like too recessed too. Yeah, it's definitely too bright. Let's switch to the variations. It's named PR2, but just ignore that. Okay. It's more correct, definitely. Let's go to a more revealing song, maybe. I'm not sure if this is really that revealing. Actually, this one will be pretty good. Like, it's too bright, dude. There's no way. I mean... Okay, let's look at it with the diffuse field compensation. You can see it's just too bright in this area. This is not how downward tilting speakers sound, or speakers that are flat on axis and traditionally designed. Like, it's too bright. Okay, let me just switch to the speakers and can like give you a reference. So, okay, let's switch to... Actually, just flat right. So, okay, we'll just play that same intro song. The brightness is not there. So that brightness is not there. We're getting much like better treble clarity without it being harsh. Like, this is honestly a joke. It's so much higher in level. Like, it sounds like I'm actually at the performance. These ThieAudio Monarch MKIIIs sound like a complete joke. Like, bro, what is going on? I just... Like, oh my god, the Monarch MKIII is like a complete joke. Okay, let's switch back to the ThieAudio Monarch MKIII. Okay, let's go back to the song. Okay, what were we playing? Heaven's Door. Okay, accidentally put it on the speakers. Let's go back to the headphones here. Okay, wait, what? External headphones. Okay, there we go. Monarch MKIII. Like, it's just muddy, and it's actually really muddy, to be honest. There's a clear mid-range recession, and it's too bright. Let's switch to the song Overnight Sensation. It just sounds awful, man. Like, mid-range is recessed, it's so muddy, and it's just like bloated. Let me switch to variations real quick, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Variation sounds much more correct in tonality than the, whatever this thing is called. Okay, we'll switch to the speakers again. Compare. Yeah. Variations is by far closer to the speakers in sound quality. Monarch MKIII is blatantly just too bright here. This is unacceptable, and it's also too muddy. Variations has a bit more bass in the speakers, but it's not really perceived like it actually has more bass because you can feel the bass more with speakers in the room. So I'd say like variations pretty accurate in level. Also, with deeper insertion variations, this region becomes a little bit too recessed. If that was more boosted, it would be correct, but overall it's definitely much more correct sounding than whatever the crap that the Monarch MKIII is. And if you want to argue that this is just my measurement, you can see is measurement of the variations only starts rising past like 15 kilohertz, but the Monarch MKIII has some weird shit going on in the treble. It's not correct sounding. This IEM just really is not it. We'll give some other songs a listen, I guess, though. Let's see. Okay, what song should I listen to here? The song is pretty good for testing, I think. Internet Humor, let's go. Okay, accidentally played on the speakers again. Need to switch to the Monarch MKIII. Alright, let's go. Doesn't sound bad here. A bit sibilant for sure. It's too bright once the song like actually starts. Yeah, I just can't get around how bright it is in the treble. I mean, Like, it doesn't make any sense to me how... Yeah, like, it's brittle and bright, like... Now we switch to the speakers and compare. Okay, how do I... Okay, let's get back to the start. And that brightness is just not there with the speakers. It's at the correct level. It sounds natural. Then I switch back to the variations and we'll see how this goes. And it sounds basically the same room aside. Maybe it's a bit nasally compared to the speaker setup. Let's see. Okay, let's compare that specific portion versus the speaker setup. Okay. Okay. Honestly, not really. It sounds like basically the same. I don't really hear any notable difference in tonality between variations and the speakers. I mean, obviously that's how the science works, right? But the Monarch Mark III is just like, okay, I switched to this and it's like, fuck, man. It's too bright. There's just, like, dude, I guess, I mean, I didn't really need a reference speaker setup to know this because, like, we already had the signs to show, but, I mean, I have it, and I'm just telling you right here, the Monarch Mark III is simply too bright. It's not at the correct level. Okay, let's go to 10:1 by Real and listen to the Monarch Mark III. This is piercingly bright. Like, what is going on? Oh, man. That's terrible. Fuck. 10:1 by Real. It's always this song, man. It's so difficult to handle. Oh, God, man, that's brutal. I can't deal with that anymore. Let's switch back to variations, get some comparison here. Okay, let's compare what I just heard to the speaker setup. Okay, here we go. The main difference, I think, is this 1.5 kilohertz peak. The variations does come across mid-forward than my speaker setup, which like makes sense because they're flat on axis. They don't have this 1.3 kilohertz peak that my speakers do, right? So, okay, let me get rid of the Monarch Mark III and variations. EQ, like, if I match it 1000 hertz. Okay, bro. Is it gonna... Oh, I guess it already was matched at 1000 hertz, but let's go to 800 hertz. See, this region is just too bright. Maybe there are some slight HRTF differences, I don't know, but variations does come across more mid-forward than an optimal speaker setup. I mean, I've been saying this forever, right? This region needs to go on the variations, and if I do, let's see, 1300, wait, what the heck did I do? Okay, wrong thing. 1300 minus 1.9, bandwidth 0.71. It's not key factor, just as a reminder. Okay, let's see. New one, 1000, no, 1300 minus 1.9. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, oh, you have to turn off these bands. Let's go. Okay. So, yeah, as you can see, this fixes it. So, well, we'll see if it's actually fixed. Okay, listening to the song again on the Moondrop variations. Okay, listening to the song again on the Moondrop variations and seeing if this is fixed or not. It's brighter now, but less shouty. Okay, let's switch to the speaker setup again. Okay. We'll disable this band, right? Okay. I don't know, it sounds like a bit too bright, like the variations does. It's not, I think it's the difference here is really after this 10 kilohertz variations is too bright. It sounded harsher than the optimal speaker setup, so I mean, at least the mid-range shoutiness is gone if I do this 1300 hertz reduction, but even including that, the Monarch Mark III sounds further off from reference accurate sound, so it's definitely not what we want, right? I mean, okay. Let's give maybe one more listen to the Monarch Mark III and just like call it a day afterward. Okay, let's go. See what song should we play, and do some rep. Okay, we'll go to No, that's not really a good reference song either. Okay, Sugar Free by TR. I'm trying to think. Maybe a music video would be good, but do I really want to pull up a music video? Okay, actually, this song will be good. Hare Hare by Twice. Do I want to get copyright blocked? Hopefully they don't like copyright flag me over this. Okay, wait, yes, here it is. Okay, let's go. Hooray, hooray. Wait, am I on the correct thing? No, I wasn't. Okay, here we go. Oh, it doesn't play if I'm recording a video at the same time because of copyright reasons. Okay, whatever. We'll just play the song here. It's weirdly nasal. Like, it's nasal, it's brittle. I just don't understand why. There's, like, no appeal to this, you know? It's just not there, right? So, okay, we'll switch back to variations, give it a listen. Like, it's so much closer to what I'm hearing with this reference speaker setup. Okay, we'll listen to it again one more time on the speaker setup just to, like, get a reference, see how it sounds. Tonally, it's very similar to the variations. Obviously, it's more spacious, better imaging, and tactile bass, but variations is destroying the ThieAudio Monarch Mark III in terms of tonal accuracy. So definitely do not waste your money on the ThieAudio Monarch Mark III. And if you want like a higher end IEM, I guess, get the Moondrop variation still. And $1,000 could be better spent on a Neumann Cage 122nd generation, right? But yeah, the ThieAudio Monarch Mark III is joking. That's the end of this review. I'll give some shoutouts now. I'd like to give a shout out to Ninja Command 3, Wade Acre, Dimas Springus, Castle 441, Snivery, Malbill, Christopher Yu, and the RFL Reaper. Thanks a lot for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Be sure to join the Apple House and Discord server if you haven't. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.